Good afternoon, everyone. It's about 5 minutes of 5. As promised, I will be answering as many of the questions as I can. Some I just don't have an answer for, but I'm going to go through them right now, and hopefully this will only take a couple of minutes. I had one family that asked about what the best mass is to come to, and do I have any idea? To be honest with you, I really don't know. Remember, everybody, this is a really fluid process. We are as up in the air and somewhat clueless as anybody else as to which masses are going to be the best to come to in terms of numbers. Normally at St. Michael's, the 5:30 is the lightest attendance. Again, I can't guarantee that. 10:30 is usually pretty crowded under normal circumstances. Saints Peter and Paul, the 5:30 is probably a good bet, and the 8:30. The 10:30 is really packed. Now, again, I don't know who's going to come and who's not going to. St. Joseph seats probably 130 maybe. That is, again, really up in the air as to how many we can seat. Remember, the governor says 50%, but the diocese, and that's what we follow. As Catholics, we follow the direction of the bishop, and his has been a third of whatever the fire marshal says is permitted. How are the number of attendees going to be controlled at Mass? We're going to do our best. We will have counters out there, someone with a clicker. We're hoping not to have to turn anyone away, and we will stick to the 1/3, the numbers that are allowed in the church. So St. Peter and Paul seats in the church, 700, so you're looking at about a 233, about a third of that, and then there would probably be some space in the gathering space where you could have a few people, but not a lot. So again, we're encouraging you to take care of yourselves. Make sure that if you are in any kind of situation where your immune system is compromised or you're up in age or whatever. I mean, even the diocese has said we can't have ministers of Holy Communion over the age of 60 just because of the danger. So I would just kind of keep that in mind. For every one pew, there will be 2 pews that will be blocked off. What time is the church going to be open? It'll be open at its normal time. So the 8:30 Mass or the 5:30 Mass will have confessions. Let me just answer that question too. We are going to have an extra priest here on Friday. We'll have confessions immediately after the 8:30 Mass, and then again at 5 o'clock for people who are working. And that's this coming Friday, because we don't want everybody coming on Saturday, because I'll never get out of the confessional. And how early do we have to get to church to be seated? Again, I have no idea. I really don't know. So we'll just have to play that one by ear. Yes, again, it's our regular schedule. So St. Joseph's, 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. St. Michael's, 5:30 and 5:30 on Saturday, 10:30 on Sunday. St. Peter and Paul, 5:30 on Saturday, 8:30 and 10:30 on Sunday. The same schedule. Let me see. I'm sure you're being peppered. So I got a question about Eucharistic adoration. I'm assuming that's going to happen, but I'll have to keep you updated on that. Will there be any desanitizing of the pews between Masses? We're going to do our best, but we can't get the product. We just are limited in the number of people that we have that can help. So I really don't know. We're going to do our best to do that, though. We will not be using missals. We will have worship aids or papers with the music on it. As you come in, you pick them up and you take them with you. The collection baskets will not be passed or anything like that. We will do as we did when this all began. We'll have baskets out there in the beginning. They'll empty them, put them in the safe, or the contents in the safe, and then they'll be back out there at the end in case you forgot to put your envelope in or whatever. And if people are unable to attend, remember that we will continue to video the Masses daily and weekend. Most likely, we will video the 5:30 on Saturday night in order for us to be able to get it up in time for people to watch it. If we did a 10:30, it wouldn't be up until the afternoon. Special thanks to Ron Andrews for all of his work for our weekend Masses. Ron is unable to do the Masses on Saturday, So we do have the young man that filmed or videoed. They don't film anymore. I'm showing my age. The masses on the Spanish Mass. He will be with us to video the 5:30 Mass, and then we'll video the Spanish Mass at 7:30. I think I answered all the questions. The main important thing is to remember you have to take care of yourselves. If you have anything that you're concerned about in terms of coming, the obligation is continued to be lifted by the bishop, so you're not under any obligation to come. You can watch it on the computer, and I just haven't gotten around to it, but I will, talking to the guy that may be able to get it on television for those who have a little difficulty with the computer. I hope this answers as many questions as I received. If you have any further questions, please feel free to email me. You can continue to do that. These are pretty easy to do, and I went a little over my time, but God bless all of you, and I will see you next week.